Hi guys, my name's Ashley and I'm going to be giving you guys a little feedback on your video, your presentation. And I thought your presentation was wonderful to start out. It was great. You're talking about online dating and meeting for the first time, and there's some pretty good tips in there for people who want to meet people online or have met people online and they're trying to see if it's going to work or not. So I think that's a really good topic. I'm going to start out with Jesse. Your information was great. Your energy was very upbeat and you seemed very focused, which was awesome. And your hand gestures were used very well in the speech. And you talked about a lot about online dating and you kind of introduced the group. So that's really good. Little things that I wrote down just to kind of work on is I noticed that you were looking at maybe your notes a little bit too much or just kind of looking away. And I know I do that sometimes and I try and catch it, but just kind of focus on that next time with the speech. I mean, you didn't do it as much, but I noticed it a good bit. So that's the only thing I had for you. Otherwise, your speech was really good. And Molly, it's good to see you again too, Molly. Molly and I went to high school and I think junior high and elementary school together. So it's kind of cool seeing different people in classes and knowing them from a long time ago. So it's good to see you, Molly. And for you, you were really good as well with your speech. And I did notice in the beginning that there were a couple of background noises, but that's something little that can easily be fixed with the next speech. And your knowledge of talking about your information was really good. And I wrote down, so you were talking about you were avoiding what stuff to avoid during your first date. So sex, religion, politics, finances, and all that stuff. It's funny because with my husband, I met him. We met for the first time in San Diego, and then our relationship was long distance because he was military, and we talked about all that stuff. So we didn't avoid it at all, and I think it's funny, but those are definitely good points to avoid when you're meeting someone for the first time. And always talk about your interests and hobbies is what you mentioned. That's very important, I think, within trying to find someone to date or marry or just have fun with. You want to be able to do those things with everyone. So I thought that was really good. And your hand gestures, I don't know if I said that, were really good. Also try to smile just a little bit more. I know you smiled a couple times, but have your energy upbeat and all that, and it's fine, but it worked really well. So your speech is really good. And Jennifer, you talked about goodbye for now or goodbye for forever, and that was really interesting to learn about. And you had really great hand gestures. Your facials were great. You were using really good props that worked with what you were talking about, and you seemed very well prepared. So I really enjoyed watching that speech. And lastly, Brian, you had a lot of really good knowledge as well. And you seemed like you played with the phone most of the time in your speech, so kind of watch out for different kinds of things like that. Any little thing could be noticed in a speech, and I know I've done that before too, and I've caught it because someone's told me that in a class a couple years ago. So just kind of watch out for that. I mean, also your knowledge was very good as well, and overall, it was really good. So your guys' group did very well, and I really enjoyed everything, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the semester. Bye!